Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Chancellor's Spring Convocation. Would everyone please rise and remain standing for the posting of the colors by the ROTC Color Guard and the National Anthem by the Vesper Choir.
Present, arms. Order, arms. Left wheel, march. Forward, march. Left, right, left. Left, right. March time, march.
If everyone now will please join in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, Ms. Asia Colin will present a meditation.
Stephen R. Covey, the author of The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, once said, "Accountability breeds responsibility." Accountability includes action, commitment, choices, opportunity, understanding, learning, integrity, and each of us ourselves. Each of us should personally commit all our efforts to seek accountability in our thinking and actions and to provide safety and respect to everyone in our lives. Accountability is truly about owning our actions as well as our overall behavior. We should let our behavior reflect a person who is focused on working together. Success is based on partnership. Due to the fact that we all reside in one great community, we share a proportional part of each other's lives. People are stronger together, and the little done by one can be multiplied by the work done by many. Individual commitment to a group effort and accountability in thought and action are vital to making this university thrive and work to its fullest potential. Each of us is individually the one who can make steps towards success in accountability and partnership. Thank you.
Please welcome Miss University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, Ms. Rolanda Watley, who will present the greetings.
Good morning. When pondering on a way to greet you this morning, I stumbled across a famous fable, and I decided that I would share it with you. It goes something like this. Two frogs fell into a can of cream. One was rich and happy, one poor but full of soul. The sides of the can were shiny and steep, the cream was deep and cold. Oh, what's the use, croaked rich frog number one. We'll drown, he lamented without much ado. And with a last despairing cry, he flung up his legs and said goodbye. But poor frog number one said with a steadfast grin, I can't get out, but I won't give in. I'll just swim around until my strength is spent, and even if I die, I'll die the more content. So bravely he swam to work his scheme, and his struggles began to churn the cream. The more he swam, his legs aflutter, the more the cream turned into butter. On top of the butter, at last he stopped, and out of the bowl he gaily hopped. Today's theme is accountability. Both frogs in the story were accountable for their actions. Frog number one was accountable for his failure, and frog number two was accountable for his success. We all have the choice to excel or give up. Either way, we are accountable. On that note, I leave you with a quote from legendary NFL coach Vince Lombardi. Excellence must be pursued. It must be wowed with all one's might. And every bit of effort that we have each day, there's a new encounter. Each week is a new challenge. All of the noise and all of the glamour, all of the color and all of the excitement of all the money. These are the things that linger only in memory. But the spirit, the will to excel, and the will to win, these are the things that endure. So remember, the price of greatness is accountability. Be great, be accountable. Thank you.
Please welcome now the Vice President of the Student Government Association, Mr. Carlton Brewer, who will do the introduction of our speaker this morning.
An unknown philosopher once said, we have stories to tell, stories that provide wisdom about our journey. What more do we have to give one another than the truth about our adventures as we travel through life? Good morning. I have the honor in introducing our interim chancellor. Dr. Calvin Johnson is a native of Jerome, Arkansas. He has received countless degrees from the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, the University of Central Arkansas, and Kansas State University. He has served in many leadership positions, state and local levels, and to name a few, the Arkansas House of Representatives, the first African-American chair of the House of Education, and the co-chair of the Joint Education Committee. Dr. Johnson is considered among many students what this college needs in this day and time. A man who is not afraid to go to Congress and fight for us students. A man who is willing to do everything in his power to take this college to the next level, but most importantly, a man that truly loves this institution. I have seen Dr. Johnson do many positive things, and I am so proud to call him my interim chancellor. So it is my pleasure to introduce to some and present to many Dr. Calvin Johnson.
Good morning. To Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey L. Foster, to our honored and special guests, to the members of the Chancellor's Cabinet, to our students, staff, faculty, to the alumni and friends that are assembled here this morning, I welcome you to our annual spring convocation. First, I want to thank Mr. Brewer for those encouraging words. Mr. Brewer, that was quite challenging to live up to everything that you said, and I appreciate that. And I also want you to know that I enjoy and appreciate working with our student body. I was just visiting with Ms. Watley, and she said to me, she said, you know, I think this is my last convocation. I said, well, yes, it's probably my last one too. And she said, well, I know it's my last one, and I don't know what they're going to do with you. So, Ms. Watley, I agree with you. I don't know either. But nevertheless, we're happy to be here this morning. Thank you all for coming. Our theme, accountability and efficiency, is a follow-up to several prior meetings that we had, the fall convocation and also our faculty staff seminar and our Chancellor's Management Workshop. We addressed some of the same issues that we have on the agenda for you here today. I might want to warn you that the State of the University address will be shared this morning, and I'm happy to do that. The information that you will receive this morning regarding the state of the university will come from our academic leaders and division leaders, including the Student Government Association, and we're happy to have them to be a part of this process this morning. Before going further, I think it is very important that we stop for just a moment to give thought to one of our own that recently passed away, Ms. Jimmy Edwards, who was a 1969 graduate of this university. And Mrs. Edwards is known by probably everybody in this building, most of you, and many of the students here have benefited from her work because she was known as one of the greatest fundraisers for scholarships that this institution have ever known. Mrs. Edwards, a member of a church with 17 members across the river in Pastoria, Arkansas. The name of the church is New Hope AME Church. And with a number of members, 17 members in her church, she has raised over $145,000 to be given to students of this university. Thank you. In addition to Mrs. Edwards, we also mourn the loss of Mr. Jimmy McKissick, who passed away last week. Mr. McKissick, as most of you know, is a renowned pianist who has played all across this world for many queens and other places in Europe. And he also was a member of this, graduate of this institution. So at this time, I would just ask, if you would, just bow your heads in a few moments of silence. Thank you. If you recall, during the fall's faculty staff seminar, we explored some very critical issues related to our strategic planning and to re-imaging this institution, re-imaging the university. But before I do that, let me do one other thing, because I'm very pleased to have with us this morning what I call our members of our partnership here in Jefferson County. And we could not do many of the things that we do without our partners. So I would just like to introduce those individuals that are here this morning. They're seated on the platform behind me. I don't know if they're all here, but for those that are here, when I call your name, if you would just stand. And at the end, we will ask you, audience, to give them all a round of applause. First, we have Reverend Stephen King, who is the pastor of St. Paul Church, and he's also chairman of our clergy advisory group. We have also Mr. Larry Smith, who is superintendent of the Whitehall School District. Mr. Danny Hazelwood, superintendent of the Watson Chapel School District. I don't know if Mr. Frank Anthony or someone in his stead is here or not. Then we have Ms. Dr. Linda Watson, superintendent of the Pine Bluff School District. We have Dr. Stephen Hildebrand, president of CR College. We have Mrs. Barbara Warren, who is the director of the Arkansas River Educational Service Co-op. And I don't know if we have a representative from Mr. Ray Harbs from the Department of Correction. And then we also was expecting Colonel David Musgrave from the Pine Bluff Arsenal, and I don't think that he's here. So please, let's give our partners a round of applause. You may be seated. Thank you. It is so important as we move forward that we work together with our partners in Pine Bluff and in Jefferson County. I really believe to do what's expected of us in education, and that is to graduate a group of students that's prepared for a global market, we must work with our partners. And these individuals that I just presented to you are our partners. And also, least I forget, let me introduce one of my greatest partners, my wife, Ms. Verby Johnson, who is in the audience. Thank you for coming. Now, as we attempted to address the reimaging of the academic enterprise, we talked about several things. And during the spring convocation, fall convocation, I shared with you several challenges, or you might call them opportunities, things that I thought, and we agreed that they were important as we move forward. And one of those things that we talked about, and we're still talking about, and that is improving customer service here at the university. Secondly, we talked about recruitment, retention, and graduation rates. We know we must do better in those areas. Also, we talked about student academic success and how important that is to the institution. And we talked about financial aid, and we talked about partnerships and internships. These areas are thought to be very critical as we pursue excellence. And as we talk about our commitment to accountability and efficiency, we cannot do that without effectively addressing those areas that I just shared with you. So, as we celebrate success and encourage excellence, as we have talked about before, I think we should be reminded of Jim Collins' words in his book, Good to Greatness, when he said that good is the enemy of greatness. Good is the enemy of greatness. So if we want to be great, we must continue to work hard. We must continue to partner with our partners and work with them in pursuing those goals that the state set forth for us. So, as we continue down the road from good to greatness, we cannot overlook some of the current challenges that we're faced with. If you've only listened to the news media at all, you know that we have some emerging problems. For example, the paper just this morning, yesterday, talked about the reduction in lottery scholarships for our students and other students throughout this state. You also know about the discussions about the reduction in revenues, which mean that we will get less revenues to do the kinds of things that we do here at this institution. And nationally, they're talking about sequestration and the impact that that would have on our programs here at the university and in our community. So, as we continue down the road, we know that we must prepare to work harder. In the words of Henry Ford, and he said, and I quote, "Coming together is the beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success." That is why, again, I'm so pleased to have our partners here with us this morning to share with us our concern about the economy, the global workforce, and improving the number of graduates and the qualification of the graduates that we graduate from this institution. At this time, I would like to remind you again that the core of the presentation for today will be made by others that provide leadership at this institution. So at this time, I would like to ask Mr. Nwanko, representing the student government bodies, to come forward, please.
Good morning, and hello to administration, faculty and staff, and students of the university, leaders of Pine Bluff, and guests. My name is Abuname Nwanko, and I serve as the SJ president for the current school year. It has been a great honor and privilege to lead my fellow classmates towards a brighter future for not only the university, but the community as a whole. I come before you today to update you all on what our administration, the Just Do It administration, has in store for the remainder of the school year. Currently, we have planned to hold full student body meetings once a month to engage students, the administration, student government association, and other campus organizations to further aid in the betterment of both campus and student life. We have formed a committee to work alongside Thompson Hospitality to meet the growing demands for the student body for better meal selections, as well as acquiring more fast food restaurants on our near campus. We're also looking forward to collaborate with the university to find more alternatives for the requirements of textbooks for students who cannot afford them. I am grateful for the support I have received, and I sincerely thank the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff for its patience and kindness. With the Just Doing administration, I hope to continue to lead with a servant's heart so as not to diminish or demean, but to uplift and assist towards our goals as a school of excellence and high achievement. Thank you.
Please welcome the Vice Chancellor for Finance and Administration, Ms. Pauline Thomas.
Good morning. The Division of Finance and Administration has 30 departments and units, and we employ 155 full and part-time employees. Will all employees in the Division of Finance and Administration here today please stand? I just want to take advantage of this opportunity to personally thank each and every one of you for the job you do for the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. No matter what your duties are, they are important. Thank you. Chancellor Johnson, as you know, we just recently had our divisional workshop where we focused on customer service. We had a really good workshop and got some great information that will hopefully help us to strive to improve our customer service in the Division of Finance. Effective January 1, 2013, Student Financial Services was moved to the Division of Finance and Administration under my leadership. Due to complaints and negative comments made about the Financial Aid Office, my initial assessment consisted of working directly with students during the spring registration to get a better understanding of the magnitudes of the issues. There is a shared responsibility in the advancements of our students' financial well-being while at UAPB. This can be compared to a marriage. What you put into it is what you get out of it. A successful marriage requires in part trust, commitment, effort, good communication, and desire. Students, student financial services, administrators, faculty, and staff all share in building the trust, committing, making the effort, improving communications, and desiring to achieve a successful outcome for our students' financial well-being. The following are some key areas where we can all make contributions that will assist our students in being successful. Student financial services, we have to provide good customer service, better use of technology to become more efficient. Communication is very important. We have to make sure our students understand. We must be organized and eliminate the loss of paperwork when students turn it in. We will be bringing on our new imaging system to help us with that. We have to be concerned and reach out to our students to assist them in their financial needs. Timely notifications when information is needed from students. And we must process awards in a timely manner. Now students, you have a responsibility. You must file and complete your FAFSAs by April 1st. Remember, they're available after January. There are advantages to filing your FAFSA early. If you are eligible for federal financial aid, you may be able to get SEOG or work study. Because the university receives such small amount of these federal dollars, they typically run out early, so you need to apply earlier. You have to respond to requests for information for financial aid in a timely manner. And of course, you have to attend classes. You also need to maintain a GPA required for federal financial aid, satisfactory academic progress, called SAP. Those levels, if you have 0 to 29 hours, is a 1.50 GPA. From 30 to 59 hours, you have to maintain a 1.75 GPA. And if you have 60 hours and above, it's a 2.0. Remember, this is your SAP, Satisfactory Academic Progress, which is separate from the academic side. Another thing that you have to do is what you call make pace. You can no longer just register for so many hours, drop courses, and don't complete and get a grade in classes. You have to complete 67% of all cumulative hours attempted. You have to get help when you need it, tutoring. There are all kinds of support service available to students. Be familiar with federal regulations and university policies. And last, be respectful. Faculty, staff, and administrators, we need you to identify and make resources available to students who don't have sufficient financial aid, no aid, or they lost eligibility. A source of non-federal funds is desperately needed to assist our students. Many students don't have money to buy books because their financial aid has to be more than their cost for school in order to purchase them using financial aid. Understand the limits of financial aid. Properly advise students. Refer students who have academic challenges to get tutorial services. Report non-attendance properly. It can affect the students' balances, their financial aid, and it could also result in an audit finding for the university. Help us prevent over awards by submitting scholarships and stipends in a timely manner and by the deadline established. Over 90% of our students receive some type of financial aid. During a 2-week period in August, Student Financial Services received over 30,000 telephone calls. During the same time frame, they saw 1,200 students. With this type of volume, reasonable waiting times cannot be avoided. Based on the volume of students that have to come through our office, students, I strongly encourage you to use your Web Advisor accounts to view things like your student account balances, your financial aid awards. You can set up direct deposits or my UAPB card for deposits of your refund checks. And you now have the ability, thanks to some hard work of some people, to pay online. Currently, we utilize the U.S. Postal Service as our means of communications to students, and a large amount of our mail-outs return due to bad addresses. Effective July 1, 2013, Student Financial Services official means of communication to students will be delivered via your UAPB email, not your Gmail accounts, not your Yahoo accounts. Most students already using technologies. You have smartphones, you use Facebooks and social media accounts. So students, all we ask you is your responsibility will be to check your UAPB email regular. This allows us to better serve you and to get things to you in a timely manner. In closing, we request your support during this transition while we strive to improve services to our students. Thank you.
Before we move on, we're going to pause just a second, and we'd be remiss if we did not also recognize from Arkansas County and the Stuttgart School District, Dr. Melvin Bryant. Please welcome him. He's also here with us. Next up is the Administrative Coordinator for Student Affairs, Mr. Elbert Bennett.
To Chancellor Johnson, special platform guests, and good morning to my Golden Lion family. Would like for the Division of Student Affairs to please stand, please. All members of the Division of Student Affairs. Thank you. It's my pleasure and a privilege to present the Student Affairs report this morning. And in consideration of time, my focus this morning will be on career services and enrollment management. Career Services is located in Suite 202, Caldwell Hall. And when you return this fall, students, the plan is that you will be directed to the Student Success Center, which will be located in Caldwell Hall, where you'll find the following services: Veteran Affairs and Disability Services, Dean of Students Office, Office of Enrollment Management and Retention, Admissions, Student Counseling Assessment and Development, the Office of Cooperative Education and Career Services, Student Financial Services, which is Vice Chancellor Thomas spoke about this morning, and the Office of Residential Services. Being an old career service practitioner, you know, the Office of Career Services is often referred to by the practitioners in the field as the window to the university, where ultimately we are judged by the quality of students we present to them. And of course, we realize the awesome responsibility that Dr. Benjamin and her team plays in providing students for this process. Work experience is the new norm for agencies that are hiring college students. Therefore, there's a sense of urgency to create more opportunities for students to get cooperative education and internship experience while they're still in college. During the summer of 2012, there were 59 students participating in internships throughout this country. And this past fall, there were 17 students participating in cooperative education work experiences. And currently, we have 23 students co-oping this semester. And some of our local employers who have partnered with UAPB in this venture, the Pine Bluff Arsenal, the City of Pine Bluff, Tyson Foods, Stanton Manufacturing, Evergreen Packing, State Farm Insurance Company, Jefferson Regional Medical Center, Walker Healthcare for Women, Pine Bluff Commercial, Ring Containers, Windstream, Aflac, and Arkansas Department of Corrections. You know, later on this month, the Office of Career Services will be hosting its 40th Youth Motivation Task Force program. And this is very, very important because we'll have probably about 35 to 40 agencies that will be visiting our campus for 3 days. And this will be an excellent opportunity for students to take advantage of this experience, take advantage of interfacing and interacting with these employers. And the assembly program will feature Dr. Angela Davis, a scholar, a civil rights activist, a women's rights activist, an academic author, and will be held on October the 26th at 11 a.m. in the Hathaway Fine Arts Auditorium. And in the era of academic accountability, enrollment management has become a key element in ensuring the academic success of our students. We have incorporated a total university effort to retain our students. The enrollment management team is directed by Dean Leon Crumlin, who stood a few minutes ago. And his administrative staff is comprised of Ms. Joyce Bracey Vaughn, Dr. Linda Okiro, Dr. Deandra Rose, who is also the retention specialist, and Ms. Priscilla Scott, who's the administrative specialist for the area. Enrollment management has retained an excellent academic support staff. Ms. Patricia Meadows is the supervisor for all of the English tutors. Ms. Emma Allen supervised the reading tutors, and Ms. Alendra Minor supervised math tutors. and the tutoring supervisors are located in Corbett Hall. And students, Corbett Hall is also the campus tutoring center for those students not living on campus. And those students who reside on campus may go by the living learning centers that's set up at each one of the residence halls, or you can come by room 206 for additional information concerning tutoring. And students, while this month has been set aside to remind us of the past and present sacrifices made by those individuals of color for the liberties you enjoy today, we encourage you and we urge you, almost compel you to take advantage of these services that's available to you through the Office of Career Services and through our Enrollment Management Office. Students, there's too much at stake today, and that's the reason why, you know, the buzzword that Dr. King wrote when he was in the Birmingham jail, we can't wait. We do not have time to wait until next semester to take care of the things that we can do today. Thank you.
Please welcome next my boss here at the school, Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Dr. Mary Benjamin.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel. To the Chancellor, all platform guests, this wonderful audience, it's always a pleasure to talk about the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Now, they gave me 4 minutes to talk about all that goes on in academic affairs, which is composed of the School of Arts and Sciences, School of Agriculture, Fisheries, and Human Sciences, School of Business, School of Education, University College, Graduate and Continuing Education, ROTC, and the library. That's the first 30 seconds. And what I'm going to do, these are all very active units, and I get in trouble when I talk about one and not the other. So I pulled a sample this morning of activities that I would like to update you on and try to stay within the time that has been allocated. So the Chancellor talked to us a lot about different things, customer service, partnerships, what have you. I have decided just to focus on partnerships and how our academic units partner with different organizations and units for our students to become more professional and also to help our society in a better way. So I would like to start with the School of Arts and Sciences, our largest school. There are ways by which you can brand your institution. One of the best ways to do it is in the products that you generate. So I'm going to talk about 3 performing groups as examples of what goes on within those schools. For example, last week in Dallas, Texas, the John McLean Ross Players presented encore performances in the Black Academy of Arts and Letters Black History Series. Now, to get an encore, you really got to be good to get an encore. And their performance was so good that they were asked to do it again. Also, last week, our students in music from the band and from the choir traveled to Hot Spring, Arkansas to participate in the Arkansas All-State Music Convention. We believe that we can teach our students so much here on our campus and in the classrooms, but to really polish them and also to brand our university and market our university, we have to get beyond our campus. So we really applaud them for that. And on Sunday morning at 8 o'clock, when most of you were sleeping in a little, the Vesper Choir was in South Haven, Mississippi, doing 3 performances on that Sunday morning. All of these fly the banner of the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. They help us with recruitment. They help us with helping the state of Arkansas and Mississippi and others in the Delta to understand the strength that we have here at this university. And now I'm going to the School of Agriculture, Fisheries, and Human Sciences, focusing on the Department of Human Sciences. This department is finalizing an articulation agreement with Southeast Arkansas College as I stand here. That relationship will allow students from the two-year college to have an easy transition into the completion of the baccalaureate degree in the human sciences. What we have chairs, we have deans working quietly with external organizations to make these articulation agreements possible. And then last week I was visiting the Human Sciences Department to formalize a relationship with Thompson Hospitality, our food vendor here on campus. And I learned about a partnership that we have with the Pine Bluff Housing Authority. And it's students, if I might borrow your language for a moment, it's a real cool relationship. And what I mean by that is we have our dietitian go out and participate in a program that is entitled Sharing Our Strength, Cooking Matters program. And it's over sort of in the Bel Air area. And what happens is our dietitian goes over and puts on food demonstrations for area residents. And she had about 12 students to come in, and she would cook up a real healthy meal for them, providing all the supplies, and then they would get to take the meal and the extra supplies home. If they did their class attendance, students, you will appreciate that. You know, you have to go to class to get a grade or to get you a certificate. If they showed up enough times for the training over the 6-week period, they received not only a certificate, but a $10 Walmart card to go to Walmart, buy enough food to prepare a meal for 4 people. And most of them did it for $10. A few of them went over just by a few cents. Now, if that's not practical, hands-on experience, I don't know what is. If that's not helping the Arkansas community to better understand and appreciate healthy diets, I don't know what is. And I just want to compliment the Human Sciences Department, School of Agriculture, Fisheries, and Human Sciences for having that type outreach effort. Now, we help the farmers. We do a lot of other things, but like I told you, I have to stay within my 4 minutes. And the next one that I would like to talk about for just a minute is University College. We are partnering with Complete Arkansas, Complete College America, Complete College America. This is a partnership of 10 colleges in the state of Arkansas, and it's designed to help our students graduate more quickly. To make that happen, at UAPB, we have blended our courses in mathematics so that the student can, in fact, get the remedial math taken care of and at the same time take care of their college algebra course. A student can do that in 1 semester. A student can do that in 1 summer session. It is an online course, and it is under the guidance of our math professors. So students, if you had a remedial course, see, that could slow you down in terms of graduation. But if you can get the remedial course and the regular math course taken care of in 1 semester, you are speeding your way to graduation and also saving money in the process. So we are proud, Dr. Walker, of what you and the math department have partnered to do along with the other team members in Complete College America. In the School of Business and Management, we went international, working with our international program, and were able to get a grant to bring a Fulbright scholar here to this campus to teach the Japanese language and the Japanese culture. She's had some sushi projects over there, and she's not only teaching the students how to speak the language, but she's also teaching them about the culture at the same time. In the School of Education, we have partnered with the Arkansas workforce and are now hosting the adult education program for Jefferson County. Our head office is down on 2nd and Walnut, and what this does, it allows people that do not have that high school diploma to come back and get it. For now, it's free, but you better hurry up and get that, because soon there might be some charges attached to that. In our graduate school, we are proud to announce that we have developed a new master's degree in computers and technology. We are waiting on the Higher Learning Commission to give us final approval. In ROTC, in the year 2012, we commissioned 9 second lieutenants to help protect and defend the United States of America. In our Watson Memorial Library, we are now so high-tech that you only have to go to one platform to check your databases, and that's Primos. Mr. Fontnet and your staff, we are so proud for all that you have done to make that possible. For the university as a whole, our new STEM Academy and Conference Center is under construction, and I have 2 announcements that I consider very important for everybody in the audience. During April 15th through 19th, students, put this in your phone, please. We are having Academic and Financial Aid Advisement Week. During this time, you get your courses for the fall semester and the summer. You also take care of your financial assistance business. That is April 15th through 19th, 2013. And one more announcement. Starting this summer, the second summer session, all courses will be online. We will not sit in classrooms the second summer session. We will the first summer session. So please keep that in mind. Now, all of my colleagues, oh, somebody like that. All right, good. Progress, still on the move. Now, I would like to ask all of the people in the Division of Academic Affairs who made it possible for me to stand here and tell you all this wonderful information to stand up and be recognized. Because you made it happen. I did it. Students, you made it happen too. I want the choir back there to stand up and the performing group to stand up. We talked about you too. Stand up. You're part of this. And if any of the performers are in here, any of the dramatic people in here, stand up. We want to recognize you. Thank you so very much for giving us your time and attention.
Thank you. Please welcome the athletic director, Mr. Alonzo Hardy, Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I would ask first that all of the members of the Department of Athletic staff, the coaches, and all of the student athletes, please stand. Thank you. On Saturday night at the Convention Center here in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, at the Chancellor's Benefit for the Arts, his theme was, "In the Year of the Lion." This morning I stand before you to proclaim that this has indeed been the year of the lion. When we last met at this facility for the fall convocation, we spoke about a journey the football team was making to Birmingham, Alabama, in quest of something that had never been done before, winning an outright conference championship on the gridiron, where the football team not only journeyed to the Magic City, but they saw, they came, and they conquered. The football team, if you can please come down. Football team, if you can please come to the court. It gives me great pleasure at this time to present to you the 2012 SWAC champions in football. The 2012 HBCU National Champions. The team coached by the SWAC Coach of the Year. The team coached by the HBCU National Coach of the Year. The team led by the SWAC Defensive Player of the Year. The team led by the HBCU National Defensive Player of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, your champions in football, the HBCU National Champions, your Golden Lions. Football team, if you can come out front and lead you out to grab their trophies so everybody can see it. Coaching staff, football, if you all can come down also. What this trophy represents is accountability and efficiency in the athletics department. Let's have another round of applause for the champions in flag football, your UAPB Golden Lions. One more time, let's have a round of applause for the UAPB football team. For the first time ever, outright champions in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Thank you guys, you may return to your seats. On Saturday and Sunday, also in Birmingham, Alabama, our indoor track and field teams competed for a championship. Even though they failed in their quest to bring home the gold as a team, there were several incredible performances. One performance I would like to highlight. At the indoor championships, one UAPB student athlete came out of that championship winning Most Outstanding Runner Award after winning 3 events, the 3,000 meter run, the 800 meter run, and the 1 mile run. In 2 of those events, she set all-time conference records. Would Ms. Nympha Barnard please stand if you're in the audience? And will Coach Christopher McCoy and the members of the UAPB indoor track and field team, will you please stand? And let's give them a round of applause. As the college basketball season winds down, both our men's and women's teams, fresh off a trip to Houston, Texas, they are also in the quest for championships. With 3 games remaining, our women's basketball team has already won more games this season than they have in the last 3 seasons. Let's have a round of applause for Coach Nate Gilbert and the UAPB women's basketball team. Will you please stand? The women's basketball team. Our men's basketball team is in a ferocious battle for first place in the SWAC, standings with 3 games to go. Last night they stormed past Prairie View A&M 76-47 to remain just 1 game out of first place. Coach George Ivory and the men's basketball team, will you please stand? Our men's basketball team. Our baseball team is traveling today, but they opened their season at home over the weekend, winning 2 out of 3 games against highly touted North Dakota State University. They're not here today, they're on the highway, but nonetheless, let's have a round of applause for Carlos James and the baseball team. The men's golf team is on the quest to be the best as well. Will Coach Carson Fields and the golf team, will you please stand? The softball team is underway with their season, and all indications are they plan on having a banner season as well under new head coach Tiffany Ansley. With the softball team, please stand. The men's and women's tennis teams have also opened their season, and all indications are they are going to have a great season. With Miss Nancy Lake and the men's and women's tennis teams, please stand. Thank you. Also, our outdoor track and field teams will begin their season shortly. One more time, will Coach Christopher McCoy and the outdoor track and field team. Will you please stand? Speaking on behalf of the Department of Athletics, we thank you for your support. We look forward to seeing you right back here in this arena on Saturday at 5 o'clock as we play Grambling State University. It will be church youth night. All of the pastors and other members of churches, kids from infants through high school, we will let you into their ball game free of charge, courtesy of the Department of Athletics. It will also be senior night for the women's basketball team, and on Monday night against Alcorn State University, we will pay tribute to the seniors of the men's basketball team. Thank you for your support. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday night and then again on Monday night. Thank you.
All right. Let's please welcome Ms. Veronica McBride, class of 2013, who will do some recognitions.
Hello and good morning, everyone. I am Veronica McBride, a graduating senior majoring in social work. I hope that you have enjoyed the Chancellor's 2013 Spring Convocation. We want to thank you and recognize everyone who was not seen on the program, starting with Ms. Freddie Johnson, our First Lady of the Chancellor's wife, our class queens, our class queens, starting with freshman Felicia Book, and our sophomore class president, sophomore queen, Ayla Bell, our junior queen, Alexis Cole, and our senior queen, Shaquina Johnson. We also have one class president here with us, Alicia Freeman. Could you please stand? The remainder of the SGDA Executive Board Secretary Elena Buckner is with us as well. Could you come? All right. We also like to thank and recognize state officials, city officials. Please stand and be recognized. Current faculty, current students, retired faculty and staff, could you please stand and be recognized? All right, we have Golden Ambassadors and Honors College Administrators. Could you please stand and be recognized as well? Organizers of this event, Ms. Margaret Taylor and Tisha Arnold, we'd like to thank them. And the audience, could you please stand and give yourself a round of applause? All right, again, we'd like to thank everyone who participated in the 2013 Spring Chancellor's Convocation. Thank you.
All right, thank you everybody for attending. Would you please now stand and remain standing for the retiring of the colors, the alma mater, and the apostolate.
See the colors.
Order. Arms. Toast. Present. Arms. Order. Arms.
Please go ahead with the alma mater.